to the Nightcap, your TA home. Everybody knows we trade in them zones. Late night, no sleep, yeah, we keep it real. Crypto moves fast, no time for the feels. TradeFly rocking charts, he about to take flight. Crypto Nightcap, where the dark meets the bright. This path ain't cheap, you can dream while you sleep. Steady building wealth, invest in yourself. Breaking it down, good vibes in sight. The maker's in tight, adjusting my sight. It's all or nothing, this is how we attack. Get your head right, it's a Crypto Nightcap.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another episode of the Crypto Nightcap. We're doing this every Monday through Thursday, 8:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and we're bringing you some of the most important market news as well as technical analysis that you can actually use. And Bitcoin is sitting right up about $88,000, so only down about $1,000, not that big a deal. But we are getting very close to the top of a channel that we've been talking about on this very channel. And you know what? We got to talk about it. So that being said, I do not do this alone. I got one of the busiest guys in crypto, the man, the myth, the legend, the Doge extraordinaire, because he called it at 10 cents. I hope you were listening. Let's go ahead and bring him up. F.D. White. What's up, man? How you doing?
I'm feeling good, man. I'm feeling good. How you doing?
I'm doing all right. Doing all right, man. So I tried getting a new screen yesterday. For the house, at least. It was nice, man. 34-inch. The thing was like wrap around, curved. And you know what? It throws everything off. As soon as I go back to my travel setup, the menus are all over the place. So you know what? I might just take it back. Because you know what? It's working. This works for me. So, but I'm doing all right. I'm doing all right, man. Getting a little nervous. Bitcoin getting up there around 90K. We actually pretty much hit 90K on the dot. We've been talking about 90K as a potential area for a little bit of a rejection, possibly. That's the only thing I can really hang my hat on right now because, like I said, I mean, unless you're going by cycles, by timing, by historicals, it's really hard to predict where we can go when you start getting into price discovery, right? So that's why we kind of talked about maybe layering out of some of the trades, taking the profits. You know, there is going to be that transition over to some of the altcoins, right? As long as we consolidate, you're going to see more and more altcoins pop. And one of the things that I'd like to say about it is it's like whack-a-mole, okay? So this is what it was like in the bull market back in 2021. It was like every day there was a new coin and it just went, when you were trying to find it. And every time you got out of one because it got slow, that's the one that popped. And then you moved over to another one. You're trying to chase it. It's crazy. You just have to have exposure to a lot of things. And over time, you end up catching a lot of the pops if they're good projects. But, yeah, dude. So what's up with you, man? What are you looking at?
I mean, so much to look at right now. I mean, I'm getting like 3 or 4 hours of sleep, and then I'm waking up, running to the charts, and then I'm laying down. I just took my kids to the not the zoo, the library. I mean, I'm in the library slumped over, man, because I've been so tired all day. So we caught a nice goat trade. We caught goat yesterday. We said, okay, look at the market. The market's flying. Bitcoin keeps hitting all-time high after all-time high. Gold is down 13%. Didn't sit right well with me. I kind of knew it was gonna, well, not new, but I had a hunch that it was gonna, get some of the shine once the market slowed down, once these altcoins slowed down. And it did. So we rolled it up about 13%. A little, probably like 3-4x leverage. Made a nice little chunk of change, and I was done for today. So spent the day with my family, man, and got back for the nightcap. Just ate dinner 3 minutes ago. Got my juice box. And I'm ready to roll.
There it is, man. So he basically said he is a whack-a-mole extraordinaire. FD White, go ahead.
Rinse and repeat, man. That is the name. Like, I'm about to go on a quick little rant. Like, people, all the influencers and everybody keeps saying people late. Like, you're not late. I'm trying to tell you, a bull run just keeps throwing opportunities at you, like unlimited opportunities. But when it's over, it's over. But during this bull run, man, you're gonna have so many opportunities, but you gotta be in tune. You gotta be locked in. But you definitely have chance after chance after chance. So don't get too down if you miss a coin or if you miss something. It's so much opportunity, and just you'll be good.
Absolutely. Well, you guys know what time it is. We're gonna go ahead and get over to the chat. We know that. Hold up. We all know. Whatever. We like saying what's up to everybody in the chat. So let's go ahead and do that. Crypto Chef's in here. What's up, my dude? How you doing? Harp's in here. We got a big matchup coming. Philly versus Washington. It is about to go down. It is about to go down, man. I'm kind of excited for that. Username, he said Battletoads and Double Dragon. Still the hardest game I've played. Dude, Double Dragon was the business back in the day. Go ahead. Memory lane. Let's go.
That Battletoads Double Dragon is top 10 best games of all time, man.
Yeah.
That's the game right there. My bad.
Nah, you're good, man. I'm all for it. I am all for it. I do remember that one being a good one for sure. Alexandra G's in the house. How you doing? What is up, lady? Hope all is well with you. Rolling down here. Let's see who else we got. Trade Intuition. Joe is in the chat. How you doing, brother? Hope all is well. Probably, we gotta bring Joe on. We haven't. Have we had Joe on? We had him on once, right? Okay. All right. We got, yeah, let's get Joe. Hit me up, dude. DM me, bro. All right. Crypto Billy, what is up, my guy? Actually, let me go ahead and give you a quick shill real quick for those guys, because they do have a space going down tonight. That is going to be at 6 p.m. my time, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and that is going to be all about ADA. So go ahead, tune into that one right after the show. I usually bounce over there. FD goes over there sometimes as well. So I honestly, most of the time, I see half the chat in there. So go check them out. As always, they are part of the fam, and we're always pushing people over there. All right, continuing on with the chat. The little shout out to your French Toaster. Hola, my friend. How are you? Indie Rock Crypto, our official hype man. What's up, dude? How you doing? And scrolling down, I'm my hero. He said, sup, homies. Sup? How you doing, dog? Let's see. Rolling Al Jr.'s in the house. What's up, my dude? He said, LFG, shout out, TradeFly and FD White, man. He is a regular up in here, man. Thanks for always being here. We appreciate you. All right, scrolling down. That about wraps it up. All right, cool. So that's that shout out. Now, the other thing is, y'all always hear me say whack-a-mole. If you guys don't know what whack-a-mole is, this is it right here. This is that game where you have the little mallet and you're like hitting down and like the moles are popping up. Some of y'all might not remember this from your childhood, but I most certainly do. So that is always my reference when I'm saying, hey, different cryptos are just popping up. It's like a surprise, right? And you got to react to it or try to. By that time, a lot of time it's probably too late, right? So, you know, that's always my little analogy there is whack-a-mole. All right, let's go over to the news here. It is official. President-elect Trump appoints Elon Musk and Vivek Ramaswamy to lead Department of Government Efficiency. Doge is for real. I don't know. Is this a buy the rumor, sell the news kind of deal? Because Doge pumped. What? It's up 300%, right? We said at about 10 cents. It's up, what? Probably up over 30 cents or so. We'll have to look at that on the chart. Look at you dancing. You know what? Here you go, FD. I got you, dog.
The cream of the crop. Nobody does it better.
There it is. FD just slaying the altcoin calls, man. But
you don't know that dance right there?
Yeah, that's the Trump dance. That's the Trump dance. Yeah. I know it. There goes our analytics. We said the word Trump. So gone. We'll get 100 views on this one. So with that being said, I've already seen Elon putting out some tweets. He's like, hey, some of that merch is gonna be fire. And you know what? In and Out Crypto, bro, if you're watching this, you better hop on that. Because I'm not gonna lie, I might jump on a shirt if you do make it. So that'll be pretty cool, man. So yeah, what do you think about that, man? Let's go duo cam this out, man. You think it's gonna be let's talk non-crypto for a minute. Do you think that this is actually gonna be successful? Do you think it's actually gonna be a good thing overall?
Oh man, so I watched the Elon Musk interview a couple of weeks ago when he was talking about what they were going to do or some of the things that they were looking at doing if they did, if he did win and then they got this Department of Government Efficiency going. And he was saying they're going to slash a lot of government jobs. And he was saying, we're gonna give you 2 years, pay, but go find something else you're good at. Those were his exact words. So it is a lot of jobs in the government that, I'm not gonna say people need to get fired. That's number one. If people got a job, these government jobs, I don't want anybody to get fired. So I don't even want to, go that route. But it is a lot of jobs out there that probably don't need to be around.
Yeah.
And every time we look at these job numbers, it's like, what's bringing the job number up? What's holding the job number up? What's holding the unemployment rate up? They keep adding government government jobs. So now, with that probably done and out the way, are we going to see? We have to revert back to: are we going to see the unemployment rate, the jobs numbers really start to come in bad? So just with this whole Department of Government Efficiency, this was just one of the things. Coming back to crypto, this was just one of the things of my stars aligning. And then I said he's going to have just such a rollout, a red carpet rollout, to do basically whatever he wants. And once those X payments start to roll out, which they're going to roll out eventually, that was another thing of my in my thesis of why I went all in on Dogecoin over a month ago. So everything, excuse me, everything is starting to play out now. And we'll just have to see what happens. But hopefully they can get some of this debt down or do something. It's tough, man. It's tough. It's a tough call. What you think, TradeFly?
So I'm gonna put you on the spot, man. No, I like it. I mean, ultimately, like you said, I hate to see people lose jobs, but we have created that inefficiency ourselves. Like we've kind of put ourselves in a bad position. So, like, I don't know. It is tough, right? That pulls on my heartstrings. I don't want anyone to lose a job, but I am gonna put you on the spot here, man. I'm gonna ask you a question about Doge. Does Doge this cycle hit $1?
Oh yeah. That's my exit plan. $1. I'm out of there. $1. So I did
Be
it.
careful, man. Gotta be careful. That's a psychological number.
So I'll say 95. I'll probably
There it is. That a boy. Beat the market.
Yeah. So
It
I do think it's gonna go. I think it's gonna go past $1 though, honestly. But I'm
could.
just looking to get a 10x from where I started. So I had a strategy, two 10x's, and I took $1,000 and I said Dogecoin is gonna be my first 10x, and then later down in the cycle, hope like the last few weeks or something like that, I'll find something to try to 10x again. But I said Dogecoin is probably the safest play in crypto right now, and like I said, that was a month ago. It's a lot of safe plays in my opinion, but I think Dogecoin with the fundamentals, and when we looked at the chart was just screaming run, 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 and with the fundamentals coming in, I think it was one of the safest bets. And we always talk about Doge is a household name. Like Dogecoin may
Yeah.
very well be the most popular crypto out there. We don't want to admit it because we're in the space, we're in our echo chamber. But if you go ask anybody on the street, like name a cryptocurrency, they're going to say Bitcoin, Dogecoin. That's what they're going to say.
That's it. I was gonna say that's number 2. Bitcoin is 1. Doge is 2.
So we can't omit that fact. And Doge, hold on, I got more bullish Doge news. We're getting all these ETFs coming in. Dogecoin is a proof of work coin still. It has nothing to do with all that proof of stake. These are the ones that they were talking about at first to get ETFs. Don't be surprised if we get a Dogecoin ETF sometime in the future, man.
That'd be bananas. All right on. Cool. We beat that story up quite a bit, but yeah, I mean, still bullish on Doge, man. It's crazy to see the pump. I mean, don't be surprised though. It has had an exponential. I mean, we have 3x'd in what, a week and a half? Yeah. So 3x in a week and a half, 2 weeks. So, at this point, don't be surprised by a little bit of a pullback, a little bit of a retracement. Like that's natural, right? People are going to take profits, especially with a meme token. Like you don't have as much, I'll say as much. I'm not going to say none, but you don't have as much institutional investment, right? So those big players are not, diamond hand in this thing, right? You probably got some whales in there that are ready to take some profits after seeing that thing sit around 10 cents for so long. They're ready. Yeah. They're ready to cash in.
And you know what? Before we move on to the next story, like one of my strategies, because I got like 3 different strategies. I got my long-term holding strategy, which I've been holding for like 3-4 years. I got my trading strategy, the whack-a-mole strategy that you've been talking about. And then I got my strategy where I'm rinsing and repeating in some of the same coins. So if Dogecoin, like I may take some profits and then see if it goes down and then, try to get back in a little bit lower. But that's a super risky thing to do, because it might not turn around. Sometimes they don't turn around. Sometimes they just up only. So I'm still trying to debate that third strategy. But once you get up so much, now you can play a little bit more with the house's money. So that's what I'm going to start trying to do a little bit going into December and Q1. So stay tuned.
Yeah, no doubt. All right. In the chat, let's say what's up to a couple late arrivers here. We got, let's see, I'm going to scroll down. I did see quite a few people in there I want to say what's up to. And now you guys are just blowing up the chat, of course. Let's see here. Jay Violet, what's up to you? How are you? Thank you for stopping by. Clate the Great with the hootie hoo. Dave Roy, he said Chuck E. Cheese, bro. You know it. Let's go with the whack-a-mole. Yeah, Chuck E. Cheese was a staple in my life back in the day. Dave Digital's in the house. What's up, brother? How are you? Good to see you. My man, Army Piper. Thank you, sir. This is your channel. And thank you for being on the #1 show on Piper Academy. I appreciate you. Good for you. Good. Thanks for being here, man. Thanks for playing.
Quick, man. Like me and Piper, man. Piper just called me today, like, "Hey, man, what you doing?" Like, we've come to that point of our relationship, man. We don't even talk about crypto no more. Sometimes we just call each other just to see what we're doing, see how the family's doing, how his dog is doing. So, man, Piper is a good guy, man. So everybody who's been around in the community and whatnot, man. Piper got emoji. Put the Piper emoji in the chat for Piper, man. Shout out to Piper.
There it is. There it is, man. Yeah, nah, he's good people. He, I've told the story a few times here, but he gave me a chance, right? He's the one that offered me an opportunity to come on the show. He blindsided me with it. I was making my coffee one morning. He was like, "I got a special announcement." He was like, "TradeFly is going to be joining us every day." And I was like, "What? You didn't even talk to me about this, but all right, let's do it." So it was really cool, man. I reached out to him on X. The dude called me within like 10 minutes. And we had the military bond going, so it was super, super cool. Much respect to him. Definitely a lot of appreciation. I give him a hard time, but that's only because we're close enough and I feel comfortable enough talking a little smack here and there because we're boys at this point. All right, enough of love emojis out here. Let's see. Who else? I think I saw Alex O in the chat as well. What's up, brother? How are you? Thanks for stopping by, my dude. We're gonna have to get him back on as well. And this time maybe FD will actually talk during the episode. That'll be cool. All right. Let's next article we got up. In case you're wondering, I didn't click the button so you can actually see the article. So let's do that now. All right. Coin just became the second most downloaded finance app in the App Store. Just last week, it was the 33rd most downloaded finance app, all as Bitcoin just hit 90K for the first time in history. Tomorrow, Coinbase will be likely #1. So you guys did see the name I put in the X post. I put it in the Facebook and all that. FOMO's back, dude. FOMO's back. Retail's coming back. Everyone's talking about it. There was literally a girl at lunch today talking to my wife. She was like, "Your husband must be rich." I ain't rich. And I can use a word behind that. But, it's just, that retail is coming back now because everyone's talking about it. I mean, people have peppered my wife probably about 3 or 4 times just this week. So it's official. And, I joined I created a Facebook page for this show. I think we had 80 followers in the first 48 hours. So that lets me know retail is definitely starting to come back here. Now, that being said, that's when you got to be careful, right? When retail flows back in, there is a tendency, when it was up at 69K, that's when retail was just manic, right? Everyone was flowing back into crypto. They're like, yeah. And then, bam, dump it on your face. So be careful. That's why we say, protect yourself, have a plan, have an exit strategy, do what you do, your trading styles. It's all up to you. I'm not going to tell you how to do your biz, but start looking at that. Take a very hard look at what your plan is there. And I'm going to say that until you do it. All right. Next up, we got the man, the myth, the legend, Mr. Elmer Fudd. All right, so this is a whole kind of different crazy, right? Y'all DJs are trying to short the market in a trend that is pumping through the roof, going up. Look what happened. 24 hours, we saw $1 billion in liquidations. All right, that is craziness. And that's people, long and short positions, really, which is kind of wild. But a lot of people, I think, were trying to, play the game, man. And you got that volatility. You had some pretty big wicks yesterday. Off of the high. We'll call it the high because I think we set a new all-time high. It feels like every day now at this point we're setting a new all-time high. So people are trying to go short. And then, once it pulled back, or maybe they were trying to go long on that pullback and it kept going down. It probably went down a little bit further than they thought that it was going to go kind of quick. But what's crazy about it is we used to get these 10K days, right? And yesterday I think was only like a $4,000 or $3,000 price change. I think maybe it was about 4. It wasn't that crazy, to be honest. So to see this amount of liquidity flowing in and getting liquidated, y'all degens, straight up. Like y'all crazy. So with that being said, I'm going to change it up a little bit because we're talking about liquidations. Let's go over to the liquidation heat map and look at that first today before we actually flow through the market update. What you can see right now is there is a lot of liquidity building up at about 90K. All right. So obviously that is the all-time high. We understand that, but you know what that does, that scares me. So I'm not gonna front. All right. When we got up to my channel, I'm thinking about taking a short, and it wasn't like a high leverage short or a high, probably not a lot of capital. I was thinking about it, but then I was like, look at all this liquidity building up. So what have I been saying? Like, when you see a trend going into liquidity, it's probably going to take that liquidity. So for me, it opens the door for price to go back up and grab that liquidity, which then tells me that taking a short may not be the best thing right now, even though it lines up with like the one and single thing on my chart that I have to hang my hat on in terms of a pullback or a rejection. So now I'm kind of hesitant. I'm going to be very transparent with you. I'm because of the liquidity. Like, if this was dark, if this was not here, there was nothing for me to look at on liquidation heat map, I would be like short city. Short city. Why? Double top. We got RSI trending down on the 4 hour. I'm like, hey, that the setup is there, but now there's liquidity up there, and that gives me a pause. And now I'm like, darn. Like, so I'm just gonna, I think, continue to wait. I'm gonna wait. I'm gonna let this thing settle out because it's hard to tell at this point. And you know, taking a long position is crazy too. You're at all-time high. So, you know what? As you guys always put in the chat, it's banana land. So go ahead and throw some bananas in the chat. All right. Let's go look at the economic calendar here. You got core inflation rate month over month and year over year, as well as inflation rate month over month and inflation rate year over year. That's all going to go tomorrow. So tune in tomorrow morning to Piper Academy, the morning show. Piper's going to give you the alpha on that. All right. He's going to break it down. He's going to have all the numbers. That actually will come out at 8:30. Let me think about this. Yeah. So just before the show. All right, so that'll be good. All those numbers will be live for you guys to take a look at and discuss, and I'm sure Piper will give you all the alpha. All right, Thursday, November 14th, you got PPI month over month, Fed Chair Pow, he gonna be talking. That's gonna be on the 14th, and then Friday, the 15th, you got retail sales month over month. All right, so a lot of things coming out, a lot of data coming out here the next few days that can have an impact on the market. Be very vigilant. I'll say you're getting up to an area of potential resistance. All right. And then you have data that's coming out that could pull the market back a little bit because I'm not going to say what the expectation is really. That's hard to predict, but there's a few people predicting that core inflation will actually increase. All right. And that's coming from some major players in the game right now. So just to let you know that that potential is out there. So just keep an eye on it. Keep an eye on it. All right. Over the total market cap, that's at 2.95 trillion. That is down 1.08%. 24-hour trading volume is at $326 billion, which is crazy. That's up 12.58%. Bitcoin dominance is currently at 59.14%. That's up 0.15%. Fear and Greed Index is at 86. That is extreme greed. Let's go over to the bubbles. Bonk is up 33.7%. That is looking great. I did have a position. I got to go back and look at Bonk because I did stay in Bonk and I did stay in Doge. Not a whole lot, but I'm going to have to go back and look at those and see what the performance is. It's probably pretty nice. I haven't checked Bonk today. All right. PayPay's up 8.6%. XRP is up 14.6%. Floki's up 12.3%. XLM is up 14.8%. Where is XRP? I'm not seeing that on the map. I know that had a good day. Not sure why that's not actually on the map. So we'll take a look at that. Let's scroll down. I know it's in the top 15. Just see if we got any big movers in the top 15. XRP, there it is. All right, so XRP is now at number 7. That's up 1 spot. And that moved 14.8%. So here I am talking all my smack. 50 to 60 cents on XRP, and it is sitting at 69 cents, almost like it's planned for the show. You know you guys like that. All right, don't care about USDC. Tron is up 2 spots. Tron is up 10.1%. Now, we just talked about that yesterday too. So the thing that I actually mentioned, I was like, hey, it didn't really move, and it's kind of inverse. It is inverse of what I actually was thinking yesterday when I was like, hey, everything moved but Tron, which in my mind, a lot of times when I look at scalp trades or intraday type trades, I'm looking at that as a weakness. It popped. So, I was kind of backwards on that. I will own that one. But Tron is up 2 spots, looking pretty good. Shiba Inu did pull back a spot, and that is down to number 11. That's down 4.7%. So what is Doge? Doge is up. So interesting that they are diverging between Doge and Shiba Inu. It usually does ride the coattails. It was, but not today. All right, Toncoin didn't move much today, but it is up 1 spot, and AVAX fell 2 spots. Not that surprised. 33.85. Not surprised to see a little bit pullback there. That was a pretty big move. And if you look at the weekly, it's up 37.2%. So that's a really nice move for AVAX. And I just scrolled. Oh, there we go. Fixed it. And we're back. Let me see. Actually need to scroll one more, it looks like. All right, we'll move on over to the Bitcoin chart. Let's do that. And today I will actually do it the right way. All right. Looking at Bitcoin right now, we are currently at 88,366 cents. All right, so looking at that. So when I was talking about this channel, I was like, hey, it's like the only thing I have to really hang my hat on in terms of finding some potential resistance. I mean, we can't say that it officially played out, but it kind of did. Like, we got a rejection off of 90K. And look, you got multiple retests of that area. Like, we haven't really seen that. It's been an uptrend. It has been a steady uptrend. This is actually on the 2-hour. Let's go to the 4-hour here. We've had a steady uptrend, right? Like all the way up until this spot here on this channel. It's kind of crazy. TA does work sometimes. This is very basic TA, and it's just the top part of the channel. Little scalp opportunities were there to be had for sure on Bitcoin. So we got a rejection today up to 90K. That's, you guys know, that's a number I've been talking about on this show quite a bit. I need to start documenting this stuff on X here and there, but it is what it is. So, we're in no man's land. I'm not going to really say hey, we could have a crazy pullback. I mean, you can take a fib off of this if you want. It would, let me see. Let's do that. Really, the last low. So yeah, oh, look at that. That played out. The 0.236 came right off of 84,000. That's kind of wild. So there you go, man. I mean, long-standing channel. That's where you found resistance. Do a fib at 0.236. Played off of that beautifully. Wicked right off of that. So, there's little trades to be had within, this trend that we're in the middle of right now, or this movement that we're having right now. So, keep an eye on things like this. If you're looking at, a big pullback, the golden pocket's starting to line up with liquidity, right? We talked about this zone down here, previous all-time high. Don't be surprised if at some point it does flip what was resistance into support officially, right? Because we never really got a true retest of that area. So, it's tough to say it's going to pull back that far, but what goes up very violently sometimes, especially in cryptos, can come back just as violently. So keep an eye on that. Good thing we are seeing though is a lot of volume coming in. This volume is starting to flip though. Look, it's all highlighted the in a positive direction, right? This just means there's more positive volume than negative. But you are seeing these candles start to mix in now. So the past 3 out of 4 are actually negative volume. So looking at that. People could be waiting for that data too. That would make a lot of sense. You get a little cool off while they wait for that data to come out, see what happens there with the core inflation. That is going to have an impact on the market, I think. Just know that we are overbought for sure. There's no doubt about it. Overbought. And then one thing that, I want to look at, and I was kind of talking about this, and I was like, hey, this would kind of lead me into, a potential short is if you're looking at, okay, all-time high, all right, and then the next top here, right here, look how the RSI is dying. So prime oscillator just down and right, 45 degrees. Does look like it's getting an opportunity here to reset, but just be cognizant of that. All right, so it is cooling off quite a bit on the RSI. So I wouldn't be super shocked to see us come back down and retest this area at a minimum at about 85,000. And of course, your high side target is going to be all-time high. Anything above that, speculation. All right, that's what I'm looking at on Bitcoin in the near term here. I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to pass it over to FD. Let's see what he's got, He's going to bring some of that alpha, I'm guessing, on an altcoin would be my guess.
So I got Bitcoin up really fast,
Of course.
and my so it's just a real quick, because like we don't have too much structure to go off of, to our left. So I mean, what I'm looking at is I'm starting to well, this is something that I know Crypto Face has pretty much made really popular with these spider lines and things like that. So I've been doing a little bit of due diligence and whatnot. And I'm starting to do that on smaller time frames, and it's been working out so far. It's really been working out so far. So what I pulled over the past couple of days, we even talked about this yesterday when Crypto Face was over on the channel. I talked about this level here at about 85.5 to 86K. And I mean, I just pulled this from this top here, this swing high here, and then I just extrapolated it all the way up. We saw this part, or these wicks, using it as resistance, and then we came right down. I mean, we just literally kissed it 1, 2, 3 times, and I was still holding above it, which is cool. And if we do lose that level, the next level that I pulled up from a swing high is coming in at about 84.8 to 85K. So I think you said you were looking at something around there too, TradeFly. But ultimately, if we do get a major pullback, because I mean, we just been up only for like the past maybe like 5 or 6 days. So a lot of times, even in a bull run, we can get violent swings. So the violent swings are the times that you buy the dip. Like everybody was saying, buy the dip. That's all you hear is buy the dip. But in a real raging bull run, you really buy the dip, because you will be rewarded, and probably fast. So the line that I'm looking at, I'm sure a lot of people are looking at this level here, or excuse me, the same level at about 78 to 79K. And that is coming in confluence with our volume profiles. We have a lot of volume coming in, volume node here. We don't want to lose that. So we don't want to lose that. Then we start getting back into the mid to low 70s. So that's just really what I'm looking at for Bitcoin. I'm not, pulling any indicators. I'm not pulling any oscillators or things like that. Right now, I'm going off strictly price action, and this is on a 4-hour. And if I zoom into the 1 hour, I mean, it does look like we have a nice amount of resistance at 90K. So I want to break this high. This is the high that we need to break. It is looking sort of like a double top, but as long as we, maintain this upward trend line here, and don't lose this $86,000 level, I think we should be cool. So that's really true. That's really all I'm looking at for Bitcoin. Just playing within this range here. It looks like we're forming somewhat of an ascending triangle too. If you just pull this out a little bit more, and then we have the upward sloping trend line here, and then we have our top up here at about 90K. So I mean, usually I like to get in on the third touch. So where's my drawing tool? So even if we came here, we'll just count this as one touch. We'll count this as another touch if it comes down here. Count this as another touch if it potentially comes over here. This is on the hourly, so we'll get a lot of candles here. And then potentially we'll just blast up to 100K. Like even if let's do a measured move really quick. You just take the top base there, and then let's see what we can get up to. And this is just me just playing around with the charts. So this is 95, so about 95, 96K if we break out of here, if this is indeed some type of ascending triangle. So once I get into some trades, or once I look into some trades, I'll get a little bit more in depth. But that's really just what I'm looking at right now for Bitcoin. Nothing too major. Like I said, we don't have too much history in this area, so we're just forming, price action around this area and see what happens. But like you said, maybe we're waiting for tomorrow, see how this CPI comes in, and we'll be there at the bottoms to look for pullback. So I'm expecting a pullback at some point. When are we going to get a short-term top and get a nice real retracement? Altcoins are they might bleed, just depends on how Bitcoin dominance goes, but we just got to stay in tune with it and be reactive and not try to front run anything.
Right on. I'm gonna pull up Doge here. This is just crazy. Let's look at it right here, right? This is what we've kind of been working with since about March. All right. We're looking at this. This was the high side target resistance. And we've kind of been watching it work its way up. We've been talking about it quite a bit when it was down in this area. FD was all over it. this thing took off, right? And there's, like you said, there was things that just lined up for it. But like, let's put this in perspective, right? High side target here. What? Like, this is crazy. All right. So you have a high side target of this range and it just blows through that, right? So this is a news based pump. I mean, news based, retail comes back in. Like, there's no doubt about it. Like, it's defying a lot of your technical analysis, to be honest. Like, this is one of those plays where like FD said, like, things were lining up, and that's like, sometimes you just got to ride the wave. All right, if there's good communities with some of these projects, and they get, they do really well with marketing. And this one is, hey, Elon's back in the news, right? He's probably going to bring some form of payment system into Twitter. Obviously, he's calling the Department of Government Efficiency Doge. Like, all right, so that's marketing, man. That is marketing, right? So from that area of resistance, we have moved 86%. That's wild. That's not something I would have ever tried to predict, not in, less than a few days. That's wild to think about. Coinbase, all-time high is when it really was released on Coinbase. I have to go to a different exchange to see what it was at, but that was, looks like at about 49 cents or so. All right, and it did nothing but cool off after it was listed. That goes back to pretty much right after the bull market, so June 21. So my guess is that was after the SNL skit with Elon, and it's been dark times here for Doge, but you'll see this a lot, man. These projects will cool off down here, and they'll go horizontal, they'll level out, right? So you see this very clear trend, and then it kind of went horizontal, and it just stuck there for a long time, just waiting for the market to turn. It finally has turned, and it's hard to anticipate a breakout like this, but that is what we've got, and that's what happens when you are dealing with. I'm not gonna say Doge is a low cap because it's not truly a low cap, but it there's less money to make this thing move, right? In reality, because if you're talking about, if in comparison to some of the big stocks, if you're talking about Apple and Google and things of that nature, Microsoft, like. It's almost impossible to see something like this because there's just too much money already in those companies. So that's the game that you can play. That's the beauty of crypto. That's why I love it so much, is because if you stay and you keep some exposure to some of these tokens, you can get these crazy explosive moves that are just not achievable in other places. Now, there's obviously risk involved. So risk management, we talk about that all the time here. But Doge, looking great, man. It's looking great, but again, have an exit plan, right? Have an exit plan. Right here, if I'm going to look at something just real quick to give you something on the chart to kind of look at here, got a little bit of a range here from about 35 cents down to about 34 cents, right? That's a very logical area to see a retracement to, and then, find some support there. So I don't even know if this will go down. It might go down to the 0.236. Let's go ahead and put a fib on that just to see. I think it's going to be a little higher, but we'll see. Yeah, it is. Nope, it's right on it. Look at that. So there you go, man. So you've already seen how that played out for Bitcoin, right? Came down to the 0.236, found support, got a little bounce, started moving back up in the positive direction. And that's what you're going to find in these uptrends, right? And when you get into a bull run or you get into an uptrend, you may not retrace back to the 0.5 or the 618. You may only come back to the 236 or the 382. So you got to start looking at things like that. Now we have confluence, right? We have confluence in the 236. So that actually, for me, let's go ahead. Let's set an alert, man. There could be an opportunity there for a little scalp or an intraday type trade. So about 35 cents is an area we're going to start looking at for Doge. If you guys have kind of missed the move, could be an opportunity for you to get back in. So there you go. There's a good area for you to look at on Doge. I'm going to pass it back to FD. We'll do one more, and then we'll wrap this up, push everybody over to Billy Goat Tales.
So I got Pepe up. I know I think I seen 2 or 3 people talking about Pepe in the chat, but I did see a couple of people talking about XRP, and I did sell 1/3 of my XRP bag, and then I put 1/3 in Dogecoin, so that's up, and then I put 1/3 in a project called Virtual's Protocol, or virtuals AI. I can't remember what's the correct name, but I'm very bullish on AI agents and just the AI sector and as a whole. And then I put some in a meme coin called Peanut, RRP Peanut, man. So that's so far I'm doing pretty good on that, but I'm still holding a nice amount of XRP, and we had a nice little pump. So I think I'm like back to where I sold my initial bag price wise, but I'll have to check. I haven't been checking lately the past couple of days. But Pepe broke out, man. We were looking at Pepe, but we did not catch this move. So now with these big moves like this, now we need to look for retracements. We need to look for cool offs, and we need to look for entry. So, I mean, I just found an area of confluence. I got like 3 or 4 good areas, or 3 or 4 confluences at this area here at 0.12340 zeros 1298. So we got a lot of price action here back in July, a lot of price action in June. Again over here in May. So, I mean, that's just one of the areas that I'm looking for, just simply off horizontals. And even if I pull a fib, like TradeFly just said, if I pull it from this low to the high where we're kind of double topping right now, he said, of course, we might not get back to that 618. Now we need to look at the 236 or 382. So that's coming in confluence with the 236. So that's another area of confluence that I'm looking at. And so Pepe, and then the volume profiles. We see all of this area here is we popped above it, and now we see all of this here, all of this volume right here. So it's like a nice little bed right there. So we got out of bed now, maybe time to go back to bed, and we have this nice cushion right here coming in with confluence with the 236 and this horizontal from all the price action that we built up at the top of the market back in March, April, May, June, and July. So Pepe, I'll be looking for, if we get a move, let me take my measurement tool from the top here. So if we get like, this looks like just by eyeing it, maybe like a 13-14% move down. If we come back down to the 236, well, about 12%. So if we come down about 12%, which is easy, that's like just another day in crypto, then I'll be looking for a potential bounce here. So I'll be looking for something like this. Which looks like we're starting to get rejected, come back down, maybe build some structure here, maybe do some type of liquidity sweep at the bottom, and then, work our way back up to create a higher low. So that's just something I'm looking at for Pepe. Not too much going on when it comes to the altcoin space. Like we said, we are getting a nice little pullback in a lot of these coins. And this is, like I said, I think these are gifts. So depending on how long we pull back and how much we pull back, let me actually look at Bitcoin dominance right quick. So Bitcoin dominance is going back up. We're back above 60. We're at 60.36. So me personally, I'm looking for Bitcoin dominance to get to about 60, in the mid 60s. That's what I really want to see, is those mid 60s. And then I have my plan. If you've been watching, you see I have my plan of action. We have a channel that we drew all the way from the beginning of the bull market at the end of the bear market when we got the FTX collapse. So that was 2022 November. We've been in this channel up. Reclaimed this area here at about 60%. So I'm looking at the top of this area, or the top of this. I just pulled this out and looking at the top of this at about 63, 64%, 65 maybe, which is also coming in with the horizontal all the way back from 2021, our first top in the 21 bull run, and then a rollover to about this 50 to low 40 or mid to high 40% Bitcoin dominance. And this is when this starts to happen. When we break this, you better be in altcoins. So just keep watching the channel, watching, wherever we're at. Once this breaks, I think you better be in altcoins, because that's going to be face melting. And usually, if you're not hip to the cycles, once that happens, and once we have this major altcoin season, because just look at all this gap. So once we do break that, we have that nice gap. Once we do get an altcoin season, that typically calls the end of the bull run. So I'm not sure if we're just going to go into a super cycle. I'm not sure what's going to happen with the economy, but I am looking forward to this happening at some point. So I will be ready, and I hope everybody will be too.
Right on. I appreciate it, man. All right. Well, we're going to go ahead and start wrapping this one up. We're going to get out of here for the night. Thank you guys for tuning in as usual. Thanks for being in the chat. If you're on X, thanks for watching over there as well. I see about 64 people in here, so we would definitely appreciate any kind of love. Hit that like and subscribe. We would definitely appreciate that. We are still growing as a channel, and we got some big guests coming up for tomorrow and the next day. We got CVO Crypto tomorrow, and then on Thursday, we got Crypto Keeper. All right, so definitely got some good guests. We're going to keep bringing you guys some of the best guests out there, man. I think we're doing it. We're doing it right with the guests. So, again, if you guys enjoy that, let us know. And we're going to get out of here. So you guys have a good night. Be safe. Trade safe. Don't forget, go over to Billy Goat Tales. Watch those guys. They got their space going right now. So much love to you guys. We're out of here. Have a good night.
Feel slow, you can still go. Even when there's no hope, you can still go. I never answer to no, man, I still go. Go, 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 go. Hustle hard, hustle every single day. I'll be making moves till I'm buried in my grave. To the system, I don't wanna be a slave. I've been doing shit my way, or the highway. And in the driveway is a nice range, cause I grind through the climb, I invite pain. You'll never hear me, bitch, nah, I don't complain. Just gotta flip the switch and you can go and obtain anything you want, anything you need. Your mind's got the key ingredient, it's belief. They'll deceive with the negativity, but I just slide right by that energy. Even when you feel low, you can still go. Even when you feel slow, you can still go. Even when there's no hope, you can still go. I never answer to no, man, I still go. Go, 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 go.